today, what are we doing? We're doing the retro for the Mojo Dojo. And what is a retro? What does it mean? Where does the word come from? What's the objective? So let's talk about that very quickly. So a lot of what we do, you'll notice when we talk about the Mojo Dojo, is we're discussing the different things that are going to come up during the class. You know, we'd say, okay, this time we're talking about accepting your nature, and this time we're talking about, you know, connecting with purpose, and this time we're talking about predictive models, etc. And when we do that, I've got those little hexagons that come up. You'll remember this. Agile living. So every time on a slide, when you see that little B, this slide is about the concept, the aspect of agile living that we're bringing into the piece. And every time you see this, it's about accepting your nature. And every time you see this is an actual practice. And then we're talking about flow, and here we're talking about pursuing purpose. And then we're also going to talk about conscious relationship and all sorts of other stuff. But to focus on this piece, the agile living, the little B in the hexagon, there's a good reason why the B and the hexagon is an inspiration for why I talk about agile and why we're trying to roll agile into our work. And it's that the hexagon is the most stable structure, engineering structure in nature. It's the most effective way of using space. So it's the strongest structure, because it's always walled up by its neighbors, which from an engineering perspective completely disperses the load. And there's so many ideas related to bees and beehives and the ingenuity of a bee and the selfless way in which they go about their lives, etc., that we want to emulate. And the whole principle of agile is this idea of getting on with things to get an outcome that we care about without worrying too much about the dogma, without worrying too much about perfection. So one of the principles in agile is perfect is the enemy of the good. You just start from where you are with what you have, and you keep iterating until you get better and better and better at it over time. You do things in a cyclic way, so that you give yourselves multiple opportunities to improve and to moderate and to adjust and to fix things. Everything that you do is a bite-sized piece that might be part of an incremental whole, but you reduce something down into a small packet of discrete deliverables, something that adds value just in of itself. And you start small. You start from where you are with what you have, and you build on that. Now, if you think about the first couple of sessions we were talking about what to do what to do at new moon. At new moon is a time when we get together and we do a retrospective. We look backwards on the month that was of our time together, and we ask ourselves, what would we do if we had our time again? Constructively, what's the warts and all reality of how things went and how we would have wished them to go and where we are? Because if we can't take stock and draw a line in the sand and say, okay, this is what it was, this is the good, the bad, the ugly, how would we like to change this going forward? And let's lock this in, so that when we get to next month and we're a little bit above, or if we've dropped below, we've got a baseline to start measuring from. And so we start moderating ourselves. And this should be the way that you handle all your projects of improvement. So what we've done in the spirit of agile, one of the classic ceremonies in agile is, after an increment of time or after a certain kind of delivery in a project, the team gets together and they ask themselves, what should we keep doing? What should we stop doing? What should we start doing in the context of this project work that we're collaborating in? And the other thing you want to do is talk about your wins, highlights, and achievements, and maybe some of your stats, just so you can baseline where we're at. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get together as a group. In future, we want more and more people to be here, because this is more of the the meta, the administrative, the just the functional reality of what we got done here, not the deep personal discussions we're having in the classes. There's time for that. This is more taking a step back from the project and allowing ourselves to be a little bit critical. So the screen I'm going to share.
And the good thing with this is it's kind of, you're in the space of retro, you're allowed to raise anything, and everybody kind of appreciates that. That's what you do. So there's no judgment or it's just personally how you feel about what went right, what you want to keep. So that's why it's really good in teamwork as well to open the space and be able to do this, because everybody gets to air their issues or their successes, and it's a really good way of moving forward.
And eventually you start doing this in the context of your relationship and your family life, like at the end of a holiday, or at the end of a season, or at the end of a remodel or a house move or anything. You literally sit down and you go, okay, what could we have done differently this time? Because that will be the thing that allows you to take these raw clinical looks. It allows people to vent out what's on their chest in a constructive way. And everybody knows that the venting is necessary and that the feedback is constructive, because we are a community. So what I've done is I've prepared a board to list our keeps, our stops, and our starts, our wins, and I also took the liberty of tracking some very basic stats. So I'll start here. We've had 10 lessons. I've posted 4 direct guidances. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. If you ask me for something, or if I hear a prompt coming out of the class, I'll go do a direct guidance. So either an emotional triage session, of which there's 2 now. Somebody once mentioned about being overwhelmed or anxious, so we did one for that. And somebody mentioned just the frustration of feeling stuck, so I did one for that. And then because we're talking about the chakras and those areas of consciousness, I did a guided meditation, a 19-minute guided meditation, and posted that up yesterday. So as the prompts come up from the group, I'll add them in. So there's 32 of these daily reflections, and I keep adding them as we go. We've been going for about a month, so that sounds about right. There's 10 lessons. Again, 2 a week. That sounds right. 4 direct guidances. As anyone prompts me, I'll add them. There's 10 active members. There's more members, but they're not active. And the attendance in classes is about 50%. Certainly not where I want it to be, but this is where we are, and we're going to grow from here. That's just the stats. The wins. Let's talk about the wins. So I think the fact that I'm going to start, I want to log the fact that the group is engaged and people are getting value from this, certainly from my perspective. So it means the proof of concept of the Mojo Dojo is working. That's the win and achievement for me. The website works. Comms are rolling. And folks seem to be getting value. PSC works. Those are my wins, highlights, and achievements. Anyone else?
For me, a win is I can see people starting to come out of their shells and get more comfortable in the lessons, speaking out. So that I've seen happen.
So engagement in the class is opening up.
Yeah.
This is you can take yourselves off mute here and you can all chime in. So I'm going to add a keep here as well then, Dimna, in the class, and to say the members keep chiming in, engaging.
I think Angie's trying to Yep, something
Yeah.
out too.
Dimpna's reminders are very helpful because instead of going to the website to go through the Zoom link, she just sends it along, and then I just open up that email that she sent earlier that day.
So keep doing those reminders in the comms section. Yep.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I think so for a win, I think the type of people that have been attracted to the class is a real win, because I feel like everybody who's participating has a really good mindset, and is doing the work. So that's a real win. Yeah.
Yeah, so the stance and mindset from the in-class participants.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a win is the amount of material. There's a lot of material on the site, including like all the reflections, the guidances. It's awesome to be able to just go there and find a way to meditate, or find just a you know, something
reset.
beautiful to read, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, to just chill out or relax for a minute, you know.
Okay, so I said there's enough content to bring me back. Okay. That's a win. So you see, I'm organizing them in the website, the comms, and the class. Anyone else?
Yeah, I would say that like your that you post the recordings very timely. Like you post them like the next day, I think, right?
Yeah, so probably that's processed them, no?
Yeah.
In production.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Timely availability of lessons.
And even the summaries are very helpful too.
Oh, cool.
so you said the summaries
Yeah, that Dimpna writes
of the lesson.
because
yeah. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but when you watch the videos, there's actually chapters, so you can jump ahead to a section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super helpful too.
So the chapters in YouTube. Yeah. Hi, Maya. Hi. Okay. What else? Let's not. Okay. Well, so let's do the keeps.
So what I just want some. What about the content itself? So how have you been finding the content and the practices? And this is like open. You know?
Yeah, be critical as well, because we want to make this go better. So if something's stopping you from engaging, we want to hear. Or if something's like, if we're creating barriers, or if a barrier could be brought down in some way, bring it up, and then we can all think of it.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, it was hard to find the recordings on the website, but then I just realized that I just have to go down more.
And I've also moved that section up.
You did move it up, so but like I think
so
you
now,
moved that up recently too, right?
Yeah, exactly. I changed it up. I changed this. I put this little thing here so people could join the call.
Yeah.
The daily reflections are easy to find, but if you go to members section, the news and media, the events and notices, and the recent lessons are just here now.
Yeah. Now it's much easier to find them if I like want to take notes on, like, I don't know, week 2 or week 3.
But what you also do is you just can go to jump to latest lesson, or you can go to latest lesson.
I think
Like-
she said it's improved now.
Yeah. And then if you want to get the latest revision, there's always a shortcut here.
Mm-hmm.
And the latest revision is gray. You always see this is gray. And then the latest lesson, this is blue, and this will be yellow.
Yeah.
And you can see that real quick. Okay, cool. So, so latest class, easier to find. Yeah, and then
Maya has comments.
yes,
Mine has
Doesn't she
lots of
always?
comments.
yes. Anything about the comms?
I haven't gotten any newsletters. I've just gotten the emails from Dimna. I don't know if there's been any newsletters recently.
So just to ask if you are checking your spam folder.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then Dimna will check on that.
Yeah, I've been getting the
I
reminder
will.
email, but
Yeah, I haven't gotten the newsletters either. Just
Oh.
just the reminder emails, and I've checked my
Yep.
spam as well.
Okay,
Mhm.
because I've been sending one every week. I'll have to check that. That's going from MailChimp.
MailerLite.
Sorry, yeah, MailerLite.
Now, I must be an asshole about this. I must ask you to triple check your spam folder because
Right.
stuff ends up in there and people say, no, they didn't get it. They didn't get it. And we go, look, because we are sending it.
Yes.
The newsletters. I mean, I can even check in MailerLite right now. If there is
Yeah,
a
'cause I've
problem,
been
we want to
searching
fix
this.
it. But from what we can tell, it's everyone's included. Let's have a quick look.
Nice.
Campaign
Oh, wait a minute. Where's
sent.
So they're just reminders, right? That's the
No. There's
newsletter,
actually
right?
newsletters that look like what I'm sharing on the screen right now. So Dimna sent this to 13 people.
Oh, I have
Okay.
been. Yeah,
Yes.
I have them. Yeah. It didn't go
Okay.
to my spam though. Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
So what you need to
'cause
do
I
is
had
right click on the email and then
Oh,
say
good.
this is not spam.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because so Dimna sent it to 13 people, 11 of them opened it. So there's only
Yeah.
2 people that aren't getting it.
Out.
Okay, cool.
Is he careful?
And I can tell you right now who the people were. Brian, Michael, Greg, Sasha, Alex, Mark, Angie, Jen. You all opened the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are getting them.
Okay.
They're obviously memorable.
So Dimna
Yeah, we
and
all get-
Nikolai haven't opened.
We all get so many emails. It's hard to keep track.
Okay, well, keep Dimna engaging newsletters. We'll put that as
Yeah.
ambiguous. We'll put a red in the green
Yeah.
column, Dims.
You know what it is? It's probably just because the time change. It's just like, oh, I got that like at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, oh, I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
It's probably that.
Right.
It has nothing to do with like.
It's not your
boring.
quality of writing, Dimna. It's just the
No.
time zone. Just the time
Hey,
zone.
I am open. I am open
But it's
to
okay.
retro.
Yeah.
It's good information, I swear. It just shows up at 4 in
That's
the
a
morning.
diss. No, it's not you. It's us.
I know.
That's funny.
Okay.
I am curious to hear more about the specific content and the practices, the actual teachings and the actual practices.
And be critical,
And,
be
like,
positive if
too
you need to,
much,
but be
too
negative
little.
if you need to. Yeah.
Yeah. Me personally would find it helpful to maybe get the slides beforehand. That way, if I look through it and then I have questions, then I can actually ask during the session. because it's kind of hard to ask a question for something that we're just learning about.
Can you do that, raise that during the Wednesday though? Like, can you, do you feel like the moment's passed then
Yeah, maybe
by the
because
time
then
Wednesday comes?
Because that's what
Yeah, I
Wednesday's
think so.
for.
yeah,
But not push back on your comment. I'm just it's not like, it's not to say what you're saying shouldn't happen. It's more what happens between the lesson and the Wednesday.
yeah,
Because
Yeah, I
bear in
was-
mind, sometimes I'm still busy finalizing the class notes
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
on Friday before the Sunday call.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask for, if there's any way we could get the slides after the lesson.
Afterwards. Yeah.
Just, I'm kind of old school. I like paper to look at and keep, filed for reference afterwards. So maybe not necessarily before the lesson, but afterwards, because unfortunately I can't really
Yeah.
the Wednesday.
so consider saving the whole lesson PDF
Yeah.
and attaching. Okay, we
Would
might
that-
need to think about this, Dims, because the space on the website will run out real quick. We're gonna have to.
I can email it though.
Yeah,
But they don't open your emails.
Yeah, well, they do when I
I'll
send
mention-
direct, just
Get
not
the
from
email.
mail alike.
So what
Just
we'll
put-
do
Just
is,
established, we get the emails, we get them.
so my suggestion would be an opt-in mail group
yeah.
for PDFs.
Yeah. Would that solve your problem, do you think, Angie?
Yeah.
But
To
this
get
would
it
be
afterwards?
after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, after, yeah.
And at least if it's before the Wednesday class or the Tuesday class, then they get an option to scan through it and go, oh yeah, I had a question.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And you're not getting that from the summary and the lesson notes and the images and the video?
There's a few there, but I think you cover a lot more images in the.
Mm.
We don't upload all of them, do we?
No.
The fact that I've been not really able to attend the weekend class, and then I watch it, and then like every Tuesday, when you start it, I have questions. You know what I mean? Just because I wasn't there or whatever, but it really works out great for me in that aspect of seeing it and then knowing that I couldn't make it, so I'll be participating during the week, and that's my chance to talk and try and get it figured out. So that's been working great for me.
Okay. So the keep is that it is helpful to what you're saying is the video and notes are comprehensive enough.
Yeah, I mean the video itself for me is great just because I can just, like you said, it's got the chapters on it. So like the last one I watched, I haven't watched the one that was yesterday, but the one before, you would reference something from earlier, and then I would just funnel back to that section and double check it and look. And
So I think like because Mark's watching it in retrospect, he has more control over like pausing and going back. Whereas
Definitely.
what Angie's saying is because she's live in the moment and you're like giving the information, there's not a lot of time to process the information in order to be able to ask questions on the spot then.
Yeah.
But we're resolving that by sending her the notes and she can do the same thing.
And that way I could ask on
Yeah.
the Tuesday session or Wednesday session.
Yeah, so I guess it's about expectation management, that when there's not going to be a lot of questions when people are attending the live session because most people are just trying to digest it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think I should have more breaks to reflect and ask questions, or are you still catching up? Or
No, I mean, because I don't want you to like have to wait until we
Yeah, but the
process
class
it
is for
either,
the
but-
class, Angie. I mean,
Uh,
I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for you guys. So if it's not working some way, or if we could improve that, that's what we want to hear.
mhm.
Well, if you have any more thoughts on that, let's do that. So you can see I drew a line between consider saving the whole PDF and attaching. And then
Mhm.
I've linked this to an opt-in mail group for PDFs. Class notes, yeah.
Well, the good thing about retros is, okay, so we've found a way forward. Let's
Yeah.
try that. If that doesn't work, then we revisit it and figure something else out. So that's
Okay.
the idea. So I think we've got a way forward.
No
Mhm.
problems. Speaking of which, okay, so so you obviously have had a look at the newsletters. Is it too short, too long? What would you like to see?
Are they useful at all, or is there already
Because
too
if
much
no one's
going
using them,
on?
we'll just can them.
Yeah.
I'm not really using them. I'm trying to use the website.
Cool. Yeah.
But if
Now
other people,
the other
No, I
thing
think that's good. There's probably a lot to digest through the lessons, the catch-up lesson, and everything else. So maybe we'll send a newsletter only if something major is happening or changing, or
Hmm.
yeah, there's a specific event that we're offering or something like that. Maybe.
So keep the reminders,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but consider maybe fortnightly or monthly, Dimna.
Yeah, maybe monthly. Yeah. Yeah, we can introduce the new theme so everyone knows what's coming up, but yeah. Okay.
And then the other thing that Dimna brought up during the month was she feels that a Facebook group would be more effective to communicate with people.
Mm. Yeah. Or any type of group chat. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Facebook's easy because then we can manage the members. Group chat starts getting a bit loose, and then
Yeah.
people start chatting and drowning out the important messages. Just a vote. So you should be able to vote. Can you vote? Is there a poll? Damn, remote control participants.
Well, you could put your raise thumbs up
So,
or
Yeah.
raise your hand.
Damn, why
There's
isn't
reactions?
a vote? Recognize hand gestures.
So do you want to use raise hand?
Yeah, just
You can do electronically as well. What I was talking
Facebook.
about.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
Mark, would you use Facebook?
I don't. But if everybody else wants to use Facebook, then I'll open a Facebook. It doesn't
Okay, cool.
bother me.
Well, you're reluctant as well, Rocco. So
No. It's just I wanted to make sure it was a decision by the group. That's it.
is Jen there still?
Yeah. Jen voted yay
Okay.
in favor.
Yeah, it's just so that people can engage a bit and outside of, how are
And
you
it'll
going
be
with
easier
it?
for Dimna to post links and things in there for the members.
Yeah.
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 So it's again, it's opt-in. Mark, you don't have to do it. It's just if you are looking for comms and links, that's probably where you're going to find them. But the
Okay.
thing is, if you start learning how to navigate the website, which looks like you are, everything that you're looking for is here.
Right.
Yeah.
We
We can try it. Let's trial it for a month.
So you see the search function? Yeah, I'm literally just typing in retro, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
And there it comes up.
Yeah, that's basically how I ended up right here.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it does work. Okay, Dimna, I don't know if you want to trial this.
Yeah, we'll trial it for a month and then revisit it.
Okay. What about the stops? Is there anything that's not serving us?
Oh, what about the time? Like the actual time of the classes?
So the length and the timing, because I can't really change the timing too much. But I want to know what's not working.
I mean, the time and length is fine to me, or fine for me personally.
And Mark, you can't come, but is that because of family commitments or?
Normally I've just been busy for that time. Yeah, I'm like normally I'm out of town. Like I'm in Mendocino. The weekend before I was teaching a class. The weekend before that I was at a class. So I'm just a little jammed up at the minute.
No worries.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not a bad time per se. Okay.
No, I don't think it's a bad time. I just think bad timing for me.
Yeah, and the way that the Mojo Dojo is designed is that some people actually don't want to come along to a class. They just want to passively consume, and this allows for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
The main class times work for me. I just unfortunately can't make it to the catch-up sessions, but I'm able to watch the recordings online the next day. So
Yeah.
that's
Cool. Okay. So keep times and lengths.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I is like sometimes we slightly go over, and I don't know if people have a hard stop, some people find it like awkward to leave.
do they?
I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting, but I know like in business, going over is kind of, but I know sometimes we get in flow and we don't want it to be a hard stop, but maybe we should start when it comes to time at the end, if just saying out loud to everyone, if you need to drop off, that's fine.
So I'd rather have that as like a part of a welcome pack that you tell somebody once when they join, because we are adults here, and like if anybody needs to leave and you don't feel comfortable, and we're talking about self-ownership.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Look, that's just my thoughts. I mean, you can always mention it when you're on the call, Dimna.
Sure.
My idea was like kind of a jiu-jitsu class. Like if you have to leave, we're grown-ups here, man. You got to get going. You just like say to the guy, sorry, had to bail. I'll catch up later. Yeah, man, all good. You know, if the whole group leaves during the call, you know, it's something you said. But if people start leaving towards the end, then
Okay.
I'm offending everybody, Rocco.
that's it. Well, you know, if offending people was going to be my barrier for speaking, then I would have kept quiet a long time ago. Okay. We can consider that, Dims.
No. I'm happy to let it go.
You know what I'd rather do in terms of like membership welcome pack.
Yeah.
So oh yes, I actually must take you all through something. This is a request from me that I'm going to actually send out to all the members. There is a terms of use on here. It's a little bit of legal speak, but it's also unfortunately necessary, because at the end of the day, we're discussing psychology and people's mental health and wellness. And I need to disclaim things that you would find extremely obvious, but not everyone that is going to come along to our class is going to have your sense of maturity, self-ownership, self-accountability, etc. So what I am making very clear is that all this is presented in good faith to the public and to members. And this means the primary intention is to assist you in your journey of self-development and wellness. The content is based on sound psychology to the best of my knowledge, behavioral science, neuroscience. But that said, we are not psychologists or certified therapists, and we share the content for the betterment of well people. We're not doctors, and if you are feeling particularly unwell, you obviously need to seek professional medical advice. and you need to consider all the advice here as general. I know that goes without saying to you folks, but what I do want you to do is just humor me and scan through this. Even if you find the language a little bit too pointed, or if you struggle with one of the things that I'm saying, come back to us in the retro, raise a suggestion so that we know. But this also explains your position around refunds, billing queries, the fact that you can cancel your membership at any time, and the fact that you understand what's being said here. Hey, Luis.
Hey, sorry.
So I would actually request everyone just scan through this, and take it to heart. Think about what I'm saying and think about how it might appear to different users that come along, and give us your brutal feedback, because you guys are our test audience as well. Speaking about test audience, the one thing that I want to talk about as a keep is the like the open and positive.
Well, you can't have those.
Say again?
Maya. Sorry.
The open and positive sort of engagement around problem fixing.
Oh, you mean
when
yeah, like
some stuff that Mark helped us sort out in the beginning with the cards, and everyone's just like, yeah, man, this is broken. How can we fix it? But they can see that we're doing our best to try and make it happen. I think on our side, the keep is we're very responsive and proactive as much as we can be, or reactive when we need to be. And then you guys are very understanding on your side. You know, it's a passion project for now. It's very, very tiny, but as we go, we'll keep improving. But that's a bit of a keep for me. This letting us know when things are wrong. Just a reminder from pretty much anywhere in the site. Make a suggestion. If you don't want to bring something up verbally, or you want to hear about a new topic, a new direct guidance, if you're sitting with a difficult feeling and you want to make sure there's a resource on the website for that, you put in there new class topic, new direct guidance, new functionality, or something else, and you let us know and you send it, and Dimpling will take all of those, and we have a sit down meeting and we discuss all of these as and when they come up. So that's something I'd like you all to start doing, is I'd like you to start raising comms. This is you guys, members raising requests via website. If you do want something, I want you to feel free that's a real avenue of engagement. So what you missed, Luis, is we spoke a bit about our wins and our achievements. So the fact that the website works, there is enough content to keep bringing folks back. There's direct guidances, there's meditations, there's something there, to reset them, something to read. There's a class to revisit if they want to. The comms are rolling out, so that tends to be working. People are appreciating the reminders before the class. The nice thing for me is the proof of concept works. The engagement in class is opening up. People are talking more about their personal stances or questions. We're loving the way that people are showing up and the mindset that they're coming to class with. We've spoke a bit about the comms, because the first row here is website and production, comms, and then the class itself. And so in our start column, we thought somebody asked if it was possible to send out slide notes before, which isn't always possible. So as a consolation, we're going to consider saving the whole lesson in PDF and attaching it. And you can be part of an opt-in group. We're going to maybe trial a Facebook group for comms and simplify the communications. We're going to consider moving from a weekly to a monthly newsletter, because we don't see folks getting a lot of value from that. We want to put a few provisos and expectation management things in the welcome pack. And then I'll duplicate this welcome pack as a post. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. And then what we can do maybe is we can invite some folks along to a live recording. You're welcome to come, not come. And I'll just talk through website functionality, behaviors, expectation management, opting in to the Facebook group, what's expected from you, what you're allowed to expect from us. And then we save that as a class and we can pin it somewhere. And, then you can replicate that in an email and maybe a conversation or something as well. We had a few keeps. Timely production and postings of recordings. People are enjoying the fact that it's quickly available. The summaries of the lessons seems to be helpful. It helps people guide them through the questions that they want to go. The chapters in YouTube makes it easy to navigate through the YouTube video. The latest class is easier to find on the website. And the video notes are comprehensive enough. If you couldn't be there on the day, you get enough out of the video and the notes to substitute that. I think we should keep up the positive engagement around bugs and issues. When things don't work, people are very, proactive and positive. Dimna's reminders are going very, very well. The engagement is good, and people seem to be happy with the class lengths and the times. Is there anything that you would want to bring to the Keep Stop Start or to the wins, highlights, and achievements?
I would like to keep the meditations, and I love that starting with the meditations is great. It's such a
The drop-in?
positive, yeah, the drop-in, such a positive way to start. It really allows you, just like the metaphor that you say, keeping at the door, putting into a bag all the things. That way you're focused in the class. It really helps, at least me personally, I think helps others focus and come into the class with the right mindset. And I was thinking about something else to add. I am not sure the format or what is the best way of doing it. Maybe it could be a monthly thing, not a retro, but a group thing where everybody gets to talk and open up, and it could be something about being vulnerable. Maybe it's not posted. You can record it for yourself, but maybe not posting it. Just a space where the people in the group can open up and show vulnerability. I don't know if
You mean a group share circle?
something like that. Yes, where we can talk about the specific things, and it's a place where you can share with the group. Yeah, a group share circle was kind of what I
Raise
would do.
hands of a vote there. Okay. Awesome idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Not,
get
and
so
not a
like
lot of stops here.
not recorded, so everyone feels comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah,
it could,
that's a good
yeah,
idea.
yeah, it could be either you record it for your sake and you're not going to post it anywhere, and if you feel that there's something that, like, that's your discretion. But obviously, if it's not recorded, people will be more vulnerable, will be more comfortable opening up, and eventually that could be something there if more people join in, and that you could just set a timer to everybody gets to open up and have a specific time. You could go working on that once it gets rolling.
Okay, that's a good one. Anything else from anyone else? One thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to start marketing and start growing the Mojo Dojo. I deliberately kept it small and clean, make sure it's all working, make sure folks are happy, make sure that the cadences are working, the website's working, all the rest of it. But I'm going to start expanding a little bit. Obviously, we'd value word of mouth. And what I'd like to do is offer somebody, like, I don't know how to do it yet, but how do we do this? I'm trying to offer like somebody a kind of discount or a coupon or something. If
Like a referral
you
discount.
refer somebody, yeah, just because. And what I also wanted is I wanted testimonials from you all. Show of hands, who's okay doing a testimonial? Okay. Yeah, to think about that one, Jen.
A little bit.
Okay. If you're not comfortable, I don't expect it, man. Honestly.
Yeah, there's
Um,
no pressure.
Maya said she'll give a testimonial. So what I've also put in here is
To
appointments.
be honest, my hands are busy.
No, fair enough, fair enough. I put an appointment section in here. So if somebody wants a bit of extra time with myself or with Dimpner, sometimes it's a ladies' issue, you know. Book the time. This is more for new folks that have never worked with me before. You're not allowed to book that. No. You come along and choose whatever time slot suits you. But what I'd also like to do is I'd like to put testimonials underneath here so that if folks do come along, instead of hearing from me, I want them to hear from you. And my first prize would be a video testimonial. Literally a few seconds. This is why I came. So I'm going to put a little template together of, hi, this is me, who I am. This is how I see myself. This is how I found this. This is what I've tried before. This is why this works for me. This is what I think folks can get out of it. Just that. And then you can freestyle the rest. That's it, really. But I'm concerned we don't have enough stops here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to go around again, just Mark, Jen, Angie, if there's anything that you'd like to see changed or
Yeah,
or
be
of
real
lesser.
critical.
If there's nothing, there's nothing. But like, don't not say anything out of politeness. Is I
Yeah, we
guess.
don't want that. We want the go for it, Luis.
I don't have a stop, but a start, maybe something interactive, not a workbook necessarily, but I know we do have some things to write in, but something include into the class, actually getting us to write stuff. Maybe, I don't know how you can include that. It feels more hands-on as well.
Well, during the class, like
I'm not sure if during the class or like, I know there's homework and practices and things. We have the sheet with the dots. I assume there's going to be more things like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Dimna
that feels
actually asked
helpful.
me to keep the content slow and steady for the first
Okay.
while. I'm in two minds about that. In the one breath, I think it would be great to have. This is what I actually recommend. I recommend you get a journal, a book, like this, and you use it just for this project. Our classes and the related work and this thing that you're doing.
Ooh, maybe in the future we can have our own Mojo Dojo journals as part of the membership. That would be exciting.
We can do that. And I want to get t-shirts done as well. But the point is, you know, it behooves you. It's a good idea for you to get something like this and start tracking your notes.
Yeah. To make it a part of the class, you should make it like part of it.
But mandating it puts people off. And then people, one day it's a scrap of paper, and then tomorrow it's in the book, and then I lost the book, and then
we can raise it as a suggestion, though.
Like, yeah, okay.
It makes it part of it.
I think the start then is.
But if we're already showing up, if we already signed up, like that means we're in it. So.
What do you mean, Louise? What exactly? Like a
Like it's part of the requirement of the class to have a journal that you show up to class with.
Right.
And you write down notes and personal things that pop up as you're taking the lessons.
Right.
And in there you could write questions that you address at the end of the class. Like it's part of things that
but it's not shared. Notes. It's just everybody has that personal thing with them. Mm-hmm. And it's, yeah.
Yeah, because when you write notes, you write them for yourself, things that you understood and what they mean to you and what popped up and what you want to hold on to.
At the end of the day, I mean, I'm advocating you get a book like this. I'm just telling you all that right now. Whether you do or don't is up to you. I can't make you do it. I'm very reluctant to make recommendations about something I can't control, enforce, assist with.
But yeah, we can raise it as an encouragement to people.
And I had another question for new people that join in, like if they join in now, they have access to all the previous lessons
Yep.
and they just start, like it's on their own time, they take the other lessons.
You can literally start and not look back. You know, if you join a jiu-jitsu class now, or you join it a month from now, or you join it 2 months from now, you've missed stuff and you haven't missed stuff, because the whole point of it is going to be cyclic. It'll come around again. It just c'est la vie. There's never a perfect time. Sometimes you miss a class. Sometimes you're in a headspace where things don't land. You're too new to the material. It doesn't work for you. But in 2-3 months' time, it will, if you keep coming. And then in 6 months' time, when we cover that again, it'll land harder. And we'll just go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper onto all this stuff. Remember, there's going to be new people coming along, and you're going to cover stuff. Like when you go to a jiu-jitsu class or a yoga class, it's not like you haven't done some of that stuff before. It's repetition, but the revision is always fresh because it's always topical to the moment and where we're at and how we feel. And we've learned more and we've opened up more. And to other people, it'll be brand new. And it's going to be exactly like that. So folks can join and not look back, or folks can join and literally pace through from class 1 to whatever in their own time. It's up to them.
We've got five minutes.
Yeah, I think we're, unless anybody's got anything else here. Nope. Okay. Well, then let's I hope everybody got some value out of that, to see the idea of retros. You can be pretty critical and all the rest of it. We're not expecting only the feedback to be good, but that's how retros are run. And you can start running them like that for yourself as well. You sit and literally ask, okay, what are my stats? What are my wins and highlights and achievements? What do I want to keep doing? What do I want to stop doing? What do I want to start doing? And then you arrange it in swim lanes like we did about the website and production, the comms and features in the class, except your swim lanes, when we do this, will be more akin to self, container, and occupation.
And if there's lots of starts and lots of stops, you tend to take a couple and prioritize them. I mean, if they're easy to do, you can do more, but basically you then prioritize which ones are the most important, and the rest can just go on a backlog to deal with later. But sometimes if you try to do too much as well, you don't do anything. So that's generally
that's it. It becomes overwhelming. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, thanks for participating in our first retro. I hope you got some value from that. We definitely got value, which means we can take all of your suggestions and start finding ways to implement this and make Mojo Dojo even better for everybody. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your energy and your attitudes. And I'm pretty excited for you folks, because I've tried to do this a few times now, through classes and all the rest of it. And I think this is actually the right forum and the right format to assist with people. And if you think about the journey that you've been on just since joining, what you've learned about yourself and what you've learned about this project, man, how cool is that? How cool is that? And
Super cool.
I was curious to learn how this retro thing works. Like I saw the PDF on the, yesterday's lesson or Saturday's lesson. I printed that off. I'm like, I don't quite know what to do with this yet, because I haven't been a member that long. Like I caught up with the previous lessons when I joined, but I'm like, let me start fresh with the next cycle, and then I'll do something.
Yeah, definitely. That's the best place to start.
So maybe we'll do a revision of that on Sunday, because now's the time. Okay. Hey, I appreciate you all. I really do. and you are the folks that are putting in the most energy. Like I said, there's more folks, but they seem to sort of drift in and drift out or do things at their own pace. But it's you folks that are helping us like really drive the core, the momentum, the improvements and the suggestions and stuff. So I'm hugely appreciative. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you for your time. Yeah, thank you very much.
Take care.
See you guys.